Good morning, citizens, and how are you doing during the beginning of Luminalia in the Star Citizen universe, leading up to Luminalia on December 22nd? The celebrations have begun. By the time you get this, the first day of gift giving of the 12 days of Luminalia will have begun. What it is, I don't know yet. I'm going to make a video while I find that out. I'm recording this right now at about 5 minutes to midnight. Hopefully I'm going to get this video out fairly quickly, but it's been a long day. After work, I decided I was going to just try to make some money by gathering the gifts. As you saw in my previous video, what an easy and interesting way to make money, but I don't know where the best place is of all the landing zones. And I actually heard, I had mentioned that you can go to Area 18, you can go to New Babbage, you can go to Lorville, you can go to Orison. I did not know you can also go to Grimhex. At least that's what I heard, so I thought I would check that out. Turns out that is the case. But which is the best one? I was wondering if maybe Orison, because it's so new and so large, maybe it'd be a good place to go. So I decided I was going to visit every single location, all 5 locations, and give myself 45 minutes each location to gather as much boxes as possible just to see how I could do. It's not necessarily the most scientific because there's other people in some of the locations gathering. There is travel time involved in some of the locations in getting from one place to another. But we start out in Lorville, and this is a little video of me going around in Lorville just gathering boxes. And I didn't actually sell them here on screen. I forgot to record that. So Lorville was 160 even is what I got. 160 boxes just by going around Lorville and picking them up and selling them. Now, Lorville is one of the places I've always gathered from, and it's because it's the place that I've always kind of used as my home base, and it's the one I know well. So there's positives and negatives to Lorville. The big negative is twofold. One, it takes a long time to travel around. So if you are starting in the Habs, you get into your train, go all the way to the spaceport. It's a long ride. Then you want to sell. You're heading back to admin. It's going to take that long ride again. Also, I haven't found many boxes in the areas around the residencies. So when you're like Metro Center, there are some boxes there, and maybe if you go around to all the restaurants and all the bars and the shops there, maybe you'll find a bunch, but I didn't really find a lot there. However, the airport is awesome, and the route I kind of do while they are respawning is I'll check out both terminals, the terminal that goes to CBD, the terminal that goes to the Metro Center, then hit up New Deal, go through all behind the counters in that area, check out all around the ASOP terminals, check around the hangars, run back to the terminals, and go back. And by the time you make that loop, they start to respawn, and you can go through, and you can just keep picking up packages until your gear is full. Remember to always have like chest armor and a backpack minimum, putting on leg armor, putting on Novikov, so you maybe have the larger inventory, so you don't have to move things back and forth so quickly, is probably the best. But that will get you quite a bit of money. So you're looking at 160,000 UEC in about 45 minutes of just running around. Not really exciting, but a good kind of way to just mindlessly make money. And so that was my big money maker in Lorville. So after Lorville, I decided I was going to head to the next location. The next location was New Babbage on Microtech. So New Babbage, a very easy place to get to, and a place where I originally used to spend a lot of time. And I have not really visited New Babbage much since then. I'll visit Microtech, but New Babbage I don't tend to go into a lot. I don't tend to spend a lot of time there, with the exception of the expo, and even with the expo I wasn't really exploring it. So checking out New Babbage, there last year was a good place to get a lot of Luminalia around the terminal, and I wasn't finding a lot there, but there was a lot of people around grabbing gifts, so maybe I just wasn't doing well there. But if you're in the terminal, look over by the Picos that were for sale. There's a like a desk there that you have to jump over to get to the other side. Also, I did find one Luminalia gift hidden on the Picos, kind of tucked under one of the Picos' arms. It looks like part of the toy. So little ones are hidden around there, but the big moneymaker was heading to either Asper Grand, where you start out, and there's just rows of them on the floor. There's some on the tables that are people sitting up by the hospital. Didn't find any in the hospital really, so don't look there. And then there's some in the terminal. But then head to the Commons. Do not head to the Expo Center. It is still available, and you can go there and buy some t-shirts if you like. But there's no Luminalia gifts there. But in the Commons, there's a ton. There is so many just around on the floor where people are running by the workout equipment, all the desks and all the counters, and where people are preparing food, tons of them there. And then when you go to the Commons, that is where you actually find the terminal that you're going to be selling the goods at. So the terminal, I put a little video here showing you what it looks like. It's available there. But this is what's making this whole experiment worth it, is just that I was exploring areas of this game that I haven't seen and I've forgotten about because it's been so long. The promenade in New Babbage is awesome. Getting towards Wally's bar, I haven't been there in so long, and just I forgot what a beautiful view when you're going through this like little catwalk and you can look out. Right now the expo signs and the lights are still up, and you can like look at them over the ice. It was amazing. It's just I've forgotten it. So I'm definitely I've got a plan. Once I've got some money back, once I've got some chips back, to kind of do a little bit of just a tour of the verse, and 100%. I'm just going to spend a whole day just exploring New Babbage. It was so amazing. So the end results of selling after 45 minutes of work was 162. Pretty much exact to what I was finding when I was at Lorville. So about even. So it's kind of interesting that maybe they've kind of balanced it so they're all very similar. Wasn't sure about that. So the next one I'm heading to was towards the gas giant. So as we approached the gas giant, I had a choice to make whether I wanted to head down there right away or head to Grim Hex. And I decided the next place I'm going to head to is Grim Hex. Now Grim Hex I haven't been to very much at all. I kind of tend to stay away from the area because it tends to be more for the people playing of the more the pirate theme game. A lot of people will shoot you on sight when you arrive there. But I arrived, there was no ships, easy landing, and I'm into Grim Hex. And I have to say, since I haven't been there in so long, I loved it. It looked awesome. The look of Grim Hex I like. The halves look so run down and just terrific. The new hospital that's there, I checked that out, and it's amazing. What great design for the Grim Hex clinic. So good, so amazing. I loved it. Lots of players there, lots of people running around. So despite that, I did very well since there were so many people. There's maybe about 5 or 6 people at the same time, all kind of vying for the same gifts and running around picking them up. They're respawning fairly quickly, and Grim Hex has a lot going for it. The main thing it has going for it, there's no trains, there's one elevator that goes from the hangars up. Most of it's just running around on foot, so you can get to where you're going really quick, really fast, and just start picking up all the gifts. Some of them are really well hidden, so some of them you might run by something and you'd never see it. It's only visible coming back in the other direction. So kind of just keep your eyes open. Start learning where the pieces are. As soon as I learned where the gifts were spawning, I was getting faster and faster and faster and faster. And after 45 minutes, if you remember, we're going from 160 and 162, Grim Hex 156. 156,000 UEC in 45 minutes. That's what I earned. That was amazing, especially considering there were so many people at the same time going after the same gifts. So, Grim Hex, I would actually rank higher than New Babbage or Lorville just because of how quickly you can get around. And if there was less people there, I'd maybe outperform it a little bit. But if you decide you're going to do that, you're going to log off, start again, log off, start again. You're logging off. When you log back in, you're in the middle of where all the gift packages are. You don't have to take any trains, any elevators. Grim Hex is where it's at. I loved it. What a great place to go. After that, headed back out of my ship, heading to Orison, all the way down to Orison on Crusader. And it was a long flight in the pitch black, trying to figure out where to land. Luckily, I have a video up on how to find Orison and land there. I haven't done one at nighttime because you absolutely can't see anything. But I got there, and right away, I wasn't sure if there'd be many packages here, but as soon as I get out of the elevator, there's a package sitting right there, right in the spaceport for you to pick up and put away. And right next to that, there's another one. I thought, oh, this is awesome. So I stored my ship. I started running around looking for packages. Didn't find that many, maybe only about 3 or 4 more. So I thought I would head to the Providence industrial platform. And so I took the shuttle there, and I found absolutely no packages. I spent some time there looking around. I at least went to Cousin Crow's, upgraded my ship, got a new cooler, new power plant, might as well do that. I went to the Covalex area, picked up the Grey Cat yellow armor, figured I would get that, but no packages. So then I figured I'm going to go to the Cloud View platform, the main platform, right by the habs that are there. Search and search and search, absolutely nothing. Headed to Stratus, went up to the Voyager bar, nothing. Headed back to the airport, I found like 2 more packages. Total, I found 6 boxes total in Orison, and then had to fly that ridiculous long distance to get out of the atmosphere. I didn't even bother heading back to where you sell. Where you sell is on the Providence industrial platform. I'll put an image of that up here so you know at least where it is if you would like to sell. Maybe something was going on. Maybe there's something, there's an error. Maybe there is actually packages all over, and I just was not seeing them, but I found absolutely nothing, and this is even less than last place. I don't know how low I could put this just to show you how disappointing it was to go to Orison. Also, the slideshow frame rate, can't say I enjoyed it. But at least I got my ship upgraded, so I was going to do that anyways, so I had an excuse to go there, but I do not recommend Orison at this moment for getting the packages. Not at all. I had only one place left to go, and I was hoping to get a bit of an improvement with it. That last place was Area 18 on ArcCorp, and I flew there, and I arrived, and really, within about 7 minutes, I had filled up my backpack and my armor, which once I was dragging things over, you can see me dragging things over here, and this is one thing that I kind of wish CIG would get it together to get stacking working again, because if these packages could stack, and I could pull a stack over as opposed to one by one, this would be so much better. But it's 55. I put them down there and I counted. You might see that I switch it to either, I usually put it on ammo for sorting the local inventory. That way I'm dragging into a blank space, which makes it a lot easier. But 55 boxes in less than 7 minutes. That's how I started, and it just never stopped. I just kept picking up package after package after package after package over and over and over again. Pretty much anywhere I looked around the terminal, there was packages. I took the shuttle and I flew to the main area, packages all over. And just like Grim Hex, if you're going to log out and log back in, you're going to log into the habs, walk out of your habs right by Kasaba there. You can get some water if you need it, get some food somewhere there. I can't remember where, but you can just go start picking up packages over and over and over and over again, and they're all going to be respawning. There was a ton of people there, but it didn't matter because there was so many packages, so much space to run around. The only place, don't bother, is G-Lock. I went into the G-Lock and checked it out there. There's a couple other buildings you go inside. You're not finding anything, but packages all over. I went a little bit longer than 45 minutes, but I kept it under an hour. I think it was 52 minutes I ended up doing, and I ended up with 286 boxes. 286,000 Alpha UEC in less than an hour. What an awesome time. And I got to find a few areas in Area 18 that I had never seen before. I had thought I've explored that whole area, but I had found some extra areas that I had never seen before. The hardest part was at the end. I'd stopped picking up packages. I was going to do some selling. It took me a bit to find the trade terminals. I kind of found them by accident because I had passed them. And when I turned around, there they were. So I'm going to show you here. Here's the trade terminals. You're looking at this main central hub. Easy to find. Looking across, there you see the Trade Development District. Just go a little bit to the left here to this building here. Head into this building. You're going to go up the stairs. And once you're up the stairs, you're going to find the terminals. When I went up there, I looked behind the kiosk there, that desk, just to see if there's any packages there that I was going to grab, but there wasn't any there. And there I sold 286 boxes in less than an hour. What a place. So top ranking, I would say Area 18. After that, Grimhex. After that, kind of a tie between New Babbage and Lorville. Maybe New Babbage gets ahead, maybe Lorville. I kind of like Lorville just because it's the place that I love to spend time in. And then, way down at the bottom, the big old stinker, Orison, 6 boxes and all that work. I probably spent more on fuel getting out of there. Certainly spent more on ship upgrades, but I was going to do them anyways. But that is it. That is how productive grabbing these boxes are. So I am now at about enough to get a prospector, 2.3 million I think I'm at. Pretty awesome. So I'm super happy. I just have to decide if I'm going to get a prospector or maybe work for even something a little bit bigger. So that is it. And hopefully you're out there grabbing these packages, earning some UEC, getting yourself a game, getting yourself a ship in game. Although, if you want to get a game, use that referral code and get into the verse. There's a lot of deals going on right now, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to check out what the first gift for Luminalia is, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, thanks for watching.